Welcome back to Leaping Lotus Tarot. My name is Addison. Thank you for joining us again. Today I'm going to do a little bit different thing. I'm going to do a Virgo Capricorn reading. So I'll kind of split it up, do Virgo in the first part and Capricorn in the second part. And I'll put in the description the time stamp so you know where to go if you want to just listen to the Capricorn reading. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna actually do that for my next round of astrological signs. I think I'm gonna partner them up with somebody. So I may try to keep fire signs with fire signs and stuff like that, but I might do a little bit of mix and matching. We'll see how it ends up calling to me. But yeah, so I'm really excited and it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be a fun little way to do it. Yeah, so today I'm going to do my Spheres of Heaven Tarot, and the oracle I'm going to use is the Medicine Woman. So, alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. First, we're going to start with Virgo. And for this theme, I think I'm going to stick with, for the month of September. We're just now finishing August. We're in Virgo season, so what better way to start than, all right, we're in September, let's go. All right, Virgos. What do you need to know? What do Virgos need to know for the month of September? What are some messages for Virgo for September 2023? I'm actually really excited to do it this way. I think it's gonna be really fun. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Drop a comment if you do end up liking it this way, having the doing the two signs together kind of thing. All right, we've got 4 cards here. We have looks like 9 of Cups reversed. We have the Ace of Pentacles, King of Cups, and 5 of Pentacles reversed. Okay, interesting energy here. So with the 9 of Cups reversed, I'm sort of taking that as there's not, it's not an ideal situation currently. I feel like this is sort of current vibes. So things aren't totally ideal, but they're not unideal in the sense that we have the 5 of Pentacles reversed. And so, the 5 of Pentacles uprights, that really is one of the, really crappier cards as far as emotions go and feeling some type of way. But that's reversed. So we're in a place here. And when I say we, I don't know, maybe it's a King energy, King of Cups. So we've got some emotion card here. There's definitely some type of masculine energy, emotion card here with these cups. And things aren't right where they should be, but they're pretty close. Ace of Pentacles. So I'm kind of getting the vibe that emotionally things haven't been super great. Maybe even pentacle wise in finances haven't been so great in the past, but they're improving. They're definitely improving with that Ace of Pentacles. So good for that King. That's great. If that's who this is talking about. I'm not really sure if this is who this is talking about. So let's go ahead and ask, are these cards in relation to this King? Tell us about this King of Cups here. Some clarification on this King of Cups for this message for Virgo. Okay. The clarification of the King of Cups is the 2 of Pentacles, the Hermit, and 4 of Pentacles. Interesting. So what I'm getting here is that this King of Cups may be having to come into harmony or balance with the Virgo energy, with the Hermit. So it could be another person, or it could be they're in their Hermit energy. But either way, with that 2 of Pentacles, it definitely is about that coming into balance. Definitely that yin yang just came to my mind. So and then we're also seeing here with this Hermit card, we've definitely got this duality here with the 2 of Pentacles. As we know, that's that, when that looks like an affinity symbol, basically these cards as well. Like, it's just, I'm getting infinity vibes. I'm getting almost like a twin flame vibe, like a counterpart sort of deal, or just masculine energy, a masculine feminine energy dynamic here, even if it's not like a twin situation. So with the Four of Pentacles and the Hermit energy, it's kind of feeling like there's not an openness, a full transparent communication or emotional authenticity that's being expressed here. So that's kind of what's going on with the King. Let's find out some more about, just so much Pentacle energy here. Let's find out more about this Nine of Cups reversed. Because initially it was seeming very emotional, and now it's seeming more Pentacle-like, which is that Earth energy. So we could have some water signs that we're talking to here, water and earth signs. We just may have, maybe those are our two counterparts here, potentially. Tell me more about that Nine of Cups reverse. Let's get some clarification on that. Card flipped over in here. A couple cards flipped over. Oh wow. Okay, we had 4 cards flip over in here. I didn't realize that. Okay. I'm trying to find my little card book here that's supposed to clarify, because we have the gate. I'm not really sure what the gate is. I don't have these memorized, these numbers memorized. I should work on that because then I would be able to know what that is a little bit easier. But let's try to find it real quick so I can communicate what this is. Because I know what all the cards mean, but I don't know the order of them per se. Oh, so the gate is the world. Oh, no, the gate would be... Let's just read it. Oh, judgment. It's judgment. Okay. Let's just go ahead and read it, okay? The gate, a passage of transformation. This card is often rendered as judgment, but this is a Christian distortion. The sages of Dioscoria, sorry if I am butchering that, know better. It is a card of the far future, looking back at the eons that have gone before. For Christian tarot practitioners, this was understood as the day of judgment, the day when the works of the past and the present are fully understood in their ultimate context. For the Dioscorian seeker, the journey is both more personal and infinitely wider ranging. Our mortal bodies have carried us across the earth. We have overcome trials of loss and darkness, and we are now almost at the end of the journey. With one more step, we might see the world again with new eyes, without the clouds of preconceptions, and may even regain the innocence and wonder of our childhood. Now is the time to unite our individual selves with the universe, to overcome duality, and to acknowledge that all is one. It is up to us to take this last step, to give all up and gain everything, to finally step through the gate. Wow. Right off the bat, before I get into these other cards that came out, I just want to say that whole duality. Remember how I was talking about that Two of Pentacles, and we had that Hermit card that had like that sort of yin-yang sort of vibe to it? In the artistry, I'm really getting that that emphasis on the duality. So I'm almost getting here. Remember how I was saying like water and earth? I mean, there's so much duality in this reading so far. I don't know if this is, two counterparts. I mean, we do have the Queen. We have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, we have the Queen of Cups reversed. And we had the King of Cups upright earlier. So yeah, oh my gosh. The counterparts, okay? The yin and the yang here. The counterparts, the matched pairs. But they're not in harmony, right? Remember we had that Two of Pentacles. So with the Queen being reversed and the King being upright, there's like a mirroring kind of going on here. That's, but I don't know who my audience exactly is yet. I haven't established enough subscribers to really know what kind of people tune into my channel, but I will say that if there are people who are interested in the whole twin flame thing that are here, basically my understanding is that at the level of the mind, twins are polarized, okay? At the level of the soul, they are the same. They are the same. They are not separate. They are one. So when twins look at each other, they see another person, but really they're seeing themselves. They're seeing a mirror of themselves. And that's why they're so attracted to them. And there's that intensity and that chemistry. And that sounds kind of like egotistical, doesn't it? Yeah, it does kind of sound a little egotistical. Why? Because that's the ego. So everyone kind of finds themselves, as weird as it is, attractive. Not necessarily, but you're attracted to. We desperately want to love ourselves, right? The mission of life is to live love and to be love and to love ourselves. And so when we see this other person and we subconsciously, I guess, in a way, see ourselves, we love them. We just want to love them. It triggers us and it triggers our ego, right? So when there's that whole love bubble phase in the beginning and it's just passionate, it's an intense thing. But then when the runner goes to run, being too sort of triggered by the connection, the chaser is felt like abandoned and feels like, what the heck happened? We have something amazing here. Don't you feel it? Yeah, they do feel it, but they're not ready to dissolve the ego. They're not ready to address it. And frankly, that process can take a whole lifetime, if it even happens. Okay, so it's the journey. Unfortunately, I hate to say, in my opinion, and from others that I've heard about this, the journey is not to come into union and to be together physically because there's two different people. No, the goal is to be one, to be in union with yourself. That is the goal, because that person is not different than you. They are you. They are your soul. You are your soul. There's no difference. Okay, at the level of the mind, you guys are polarized. Okay, it's like a magnet. The push energy, when you have two magnets that have that repel force, you can't, no matter how close, especially very strong magnets, right? You cannot make them touch. The second you flip it around or that energy is reversed, boom, they slam together. And it's because of that magnetic, however physics and the universe and things that we don't understand works, right? So it's science, basically, is what it is. This sounds kind of crazy and weird if you've never heard about this dynamic before, but do the research. I've done my research. This is go to New World All-Star. He's a very popular person who does twin flame stuff, manifestation stuff. He'll tell you all about what I'm talking about. So now that we've explained twin flames, right? This is definitely what it's seeming like. Okay, we have the Six of Wands. Let's get back to the reading, right? The Six of Wands, this is that sort of triumphant masculine, atop the horse that's really trying to, it kind of does speak to ego a little bit too. We are talking about that ego. So it's interesting. It's interesting to me because the feminine energy normally in a twin flame dynamic is the chaser, okay? And the masculine is the runner. That's just kind of how it goes. The masculine could be a woman, the feminine could be a man. It doesn't really matter. But what's interesting is it tends to be the feminine is usually the female. Not always the case, but in this reading, I'm kind of getting that sense here. And we have the queen reversed and the king upright. So normally in a twin flame dynamic, that runner is going to be that king reversed, right? And then the queen's going to be upright, like, like I'm trying to, emotionally come towards you. And the king's like, no, man, like I gotta go. But here she's reversed. So I almost feel like this is the back half of the journey. And it makes sense too with that gate card. We're towards the end of the journey. So what I'm sort of seeing here is that the runner-chaser dynamic has flipped, and the queen is the one who's sort of running at this point. She is not the chaser, she's the runner. I'm also getting that too with the star reverse. That's that feminine intuitive energy. So she's reversed, she's flipped around. She's like, I'm not chasing, I'm not doing that. If he's coming to me. I am done chasing after this. I'm not doing it anymore. And so I feel like they are at the end of that cycle where it's like, okay, either they may actually come into physical union and harmony, or I just don't know. I just really don't know how that's gonna play out. I guess let's ask real quick. We're already at 14 minutes and I want to get going on Capricorn. So let's just sort of wrap this up real quick. Maybe I'll take one oracle card and we'll just ask the tarot real quick. How does this resolve for this queen and this king? Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Three of Swords. Page of Swords. Yeah, I don't know. This is the twin flame dynamic. It's painful. It's hard. It's extremely triggering. The second you think you're close to something, you're not. You're at it's like a wave pendulum, right? The high is immediately going to be the next low, and then the low leads to the next high. The second you surrender and let go, boom, you're shot right back up to the top. And you're like, oh, dang, like I'm doing it right. I'm doing it. And then, nope, right back down. So that's kind of what I'm getting here is that you get, that's sort of symbolic. You get amped up for the end of the cycle, right? Like, ooh, we're at the gate, not at the world yet, right? We're at the gate and you're like, ooh, like I'm at this next part, I'm, not being a runner or a chaser anymore. And no, we got the Page of Swords. We're still in a very youthful beginning energy, still of the intellect, still too much in the mind. The mind, so the thing with twin flames too, is that you can't really manifest them with your mind. I know that's kind of weird, but it's because at the level of the mind, you guys are polarized. So the more you think about them and the more you're having that push energy, right? You're repelling them. You're not drawing them into your life. So it's almost like when you forget about them, like when you actually truly, they leave your mind, it's so hard for them to leave your mind. I totally get that. But, because they're with you always. But when you really do let them go and you get them out of your mind, they come back. It's just that dynamic, and it's super annoying for those who go through it, but it just is what it is. So, okay, I guess that's, okay, I promised that would be one Oracle card. What's some words of encouragement for, I guess, this King and this Queen of Cups, these twins, in this tiring journey of the twin flame journey. I really do think that is what we had there in that reading. What's a message for them? Speaking out. Ooh, this is a very interesting looking card. Your voice is released. Express yourself frankly. Very interesting. So I don't know who that message is for. Maybe it's for the masculine, since that Queen's reversed. She's like, I'm not dealing with this right now. We're not doing this. I'm donezo. I'm out. I've put way too much time in this. I'm not doing it. Speaking out. I think she's waiting on that masculine to say something to her. It's like, okay, ball's in your court, man. Like, you're the one who wasn't ready, right? So what's up? Okay, so I'm going to say that's like speaking out. I'm going to get one more for the other. Whoever that message is for, give me the other. Knowing twin flames, it's probably going to be something just the same. Because like I said, mirroring. They mirror. Give me another one for the counterpart, please. Another word of advice. The wild feminine. Awaken your she-wolf instinct, that primordial force. Yeah, the more that you embrace your femininity, you're going to draw on the masculine. So, yeah, here's our masculine, here's our feminine. So it's like, be your feminine self, be your full wild feminine with your instincts and your force. Don't be in your masculine energy, right? That's not what he wants. But he needs to come into his feminine energy and speak. You got to be receptive, grounded, strong in your feminine. All right, that's for Virgo. All right, we are at it was 1838. So, yeah, I guess it's time for Capricorn now. Let's go ahead and, you know what? I should use a different deck, shouldn't I? I'm going to go ahead and use a different deck. I'm going to keep the oracle messages, but I'm going to use a different deck here. The deck I'm pulling out, I guess, this is my forest one, Into the Enchanted Forest or something like that. All right, let's get going. I'm even going to use a different crystal to clear the deck. I want a whole different vibe here. We're Capricorn now. We're Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know for the month of September 2023? Some messages for Capricorn, please. Six of Spells reversed. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I wasn't going to say it. But, you know, I was like, I need a clear new deck. I need a new crystal. I need a new, you know, vibe because we're doing a whole different sign. But I had this instinct going into this reading in general today that when I pair these signs up, you know, like I'm saying, like, oh, I'm going to do Virgo and Capricorn today. And then maybe I'll do, you know, like, you know, I think next I'm going to do a, like a Leo and a Sagittarius or something like that. But I was like, they're probably going to piggyback off each other. Because one, I mean, I'm in a certain energy, right? And so they're going to kind of roll like that. But that's sort of what energy tends to do is like, you know, a message for someone could be for somebody else too. And that they're kind of interchangeable and relatable. So why that comes to mind is because remember how in the reading we just did for Virgo, I don't know if you're continuing on and listening to this, but you can go ahead and back if you have not and validate this, but 6 of Spells reversed. In the previous reading, we just had 6 of Spells upright. So, or 6 of Wands upright. So let's see. Weaver of Visions reversed. Holy freaking crap. Okay, so this is Queen of Cups reversed. So we're continuing this story, apparently. With a different deck and a different crystal. We're continuing the story. Okay. Queen of Cups reversed. 6 of Wands reversed. Okay, well, I guess we're continuing on. So, tell me more about this Queen of Cups reversed, please. What do we need to know about her? What is this? I get a sense that she might be releasing ego here. She's really working on releasing ego. The Enchanter's Wheel reversed. Wheel of Fortune reversed. Yeah, so she's not being distracted by... She's really trying not to be distracted by all of the things of the world, I suppose. People can tend to get really caught up, especially with ego, with her releasing this ego. People tend to get very wrapped up in earthly things, day-to-day things, inconveniences, just things that aren't very mindful. Just feeling things like I'm just getting, for whatever reason, I'm just getting like somebody really angry in their car. They're driving around and someone cuts them off, or they, you know, someone's driving super slow in the left lane, or somebody's taking forever to make like a right-hand turn. You're just like, oh my gosh, move, please, I'm trying to get somewhere. There's just sort of like this trying to move out of that place of like a lack of awareness. And I don't mean like the driving people are unaware. I'm talking about the person who's feeling the negative emotions of that impatience, of that person who's driving too slow or whatever. Like just not seeing them in the proper light, being impatient, being ungrateful, being... I'm not saying you should be grateful for the person who's driving in the slow lane, but it doesn't need to trigger you so much emotionally, okay? It does not need to set the tone for your day. It doesn't need to affect anything else that you do. That is such an insignificant, pointless thing to get mad about. So try to notice that in those moments when you're just being super impatient and you're just like being very unforgiving of other people. That's kind of what I'm getting with this vibe here. I feel like that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to be more aware. She's trying to be aware of her patterns and things that don't best serve her is what I'm getting here. You know what? I had a little lighter. I'm going to light this incense. Even though we are kind of piggybacking on the previous reading a little bit, I just really want to keep this... I want to keep this light, okay? Because twin flame stuff can be so heavy. And that's what we had in that Virgo reading. And so I really do just want to... I just really want to keep it clear here. Keep it light and clear, you know? I want to be like that Queen of Cups who's trying to do what's best for her own sort of mental things to achieve what she wants in life, being able to manifest what she really desires. Okay, tell me more. I guess tell me more about the 6 of Wands reversed. Because that's part of that piggybacking. So there's something going on here with the 6 of Wands that we need to understand a little bit more fully. Four of Cups reversed. Good, yeah. So just reiterating that, yeah, there's no need to be down about the little silly things. The little things don't need to affect your day like that. They're just not worth your energy. And frankly, I've said that already, and so I'm not going to give it any more of my energy. Moving on. Wheel of Fortune reversed. 10 of Spells reversed. Okay, so this is that burdens, releasing those heavy sticks that are being carried along the back. So what I'm getting here is that, you know, the 10 of Wands is, people always say burdens, right? Burdens, burdens, burdens. Burdens sounds heavy and bad, right? Well, it kind of is, but keep in mind that those sticks that are being carried on the back are being taken to a destination, right? And eventually that destination will be arrived at, and those sticks can be let off, okay? So it's not bad. It's a strong person moving towards a goal and a destination and is going to arrive there, basically. So it's really not that negative. It just shows that, you know, the hard work is continuing. But this is 10 of Wands reversed. So with what's coming to my mind from that Virgo reading is that gate card, okay? So you are almost through that gate, almost through that portal. You've almost reached this point. You're basically there to release these burdens, to release these wands, to be able to set them down, to get out of sort of any emotional downtroddenness and move toward. Now that's how I'm going to continue this. What are we moving towards? What's through the gate? What's through the gate? What's through the gate for Capricorn? Eight of Boons. 8 of Boons in this is 8 of Pentacles. He's going to put the hard work in. That's a lot of the times with the, I'm just going to go back to the twin flame dynamic that we had with that Virgo reading, because I am seeing that overlap here. Not to say that the masculine runner is not a hard worker. They actually usually very much are. Capricorns in particular, very hard workers. So I'm not trying to say you're not a hard worker, okay? Not what I'm trying to say. But what I am trying to say is that the runner dynamic with the masculine energy, part of usually the issues with why they run away from their chaser, other than the fact that it's physics and that's the whole dynamic and the magnets and everything we talked about in the Virgo reading, I highly encourage for the Capricorn, just go ahead and listen to the whole thing because they're too piggybacked off each other for this to make any sense, probably. I'm doing my best to reiterate, but so with this hard work card, the runner tends to avoid the hard work when it comes to being able to make it work with their counterpart, with their feminine. They have to do the work of going within, identifying what it is they're really feeling. Like, what is this? They have a hard time being able to process what the connection actually is. What's its significance? Why is it happening? And they tend to just kind of really push it aside and avoid confronting anything about it that is going to make them uncomfortable or unseat their current situation. So they could either be involved with another feminine that prevents them from being able to move towards their feminine that they want. It could be a job, you know. It could be something very like, I can't, you know, be with this person because maybe there could be a travel distance. There's usually some sort of big, and hey, burdens, right? There's usually some big heavy thing that is keeping them separate from their goal, right? Something that's keeping them apart. Like I said, job, another feminine. It can be something like race, you know, if the culture you grew up in, you know, and the person that your counterpart is another race, that could be a huge thing that's a big divider. Religion's a big divider. Age gap, another big divider. All of these, keep in mind, ego, preconceived things, earthly, judgment-bound ideas and concepts. We've got laws that say you cannot discriminate against religion, race, ethnicity, blah, 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 all that age, all that stuff, right? Why? Because it is a very real thing on this earth. It is a very real thing that happens, and we have to try to prevent it from happening. Why do we try to prevent it from happening? Because it's not the right way. It's not the truest path. To be completely loving and open and receptive and open-minded to different types of people is what it is. So the whole point of the twin flame journey if you remember me talking about, is not to come into union with that particular person, but it's to come into union with yourself. Releasing the perceptions, preconceived notions of, you know, oh, there's an age gap, therefore it can't happen. Oh, you know, I live too far away, therefore it can't happen. Oh, I'm with someone right now that I don't really love, but I want, you know, and so therefore it can't happen. Oh, my mom and my dad have this sort of thing, and so, oh, well, this can't happen because of this thing with them, and oh, they'd feel this way if I left this person, or oh, they'd judge me if I was with this person because of XYZ. All has to be released. That is the goal. That is the purpose of the journey, is to release those things. So, I am on a freaking rant, right? But hey, we're learning today, right? We're talking and we're learning, and we're getting to figure out what I am about too, right? So, it's all good. It's all good. So, back to my original point, that 8 of Pentacles, that hard work, that releasing of like all of those things that have to come crumbling in order to move through the gate, in order to come into union with the self, right? I'm not going to say to come into union with your counterpart, because the counterpart is you. You are your counterpart. They are the same thing. You are one soul, so it is union with yourself, always, okay? That is the goal, union with yourself. Let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up, since they piggyback so much off each other. So I said, where is this going? He's going to put in the hard work. Tell me more about... I don't know. I'm kind of wanting, like, oh God, that's a lot of cards. Oof. I'm going to try to summarize them as best I can. Try to be concise. This is just not going to be a concise video. That's okay. I'm going to pull an oracle deck too, or an oracle card too, because I did it for the last one. So let's just look at this very, very fast. Very, very fast. We're going to do it quick. Hanged Man. Suspension, upright. Okay. Still needing to surrender. Still needing to surrender. 3 of Challenges, 3 of Wands. 2 of Challenges reversed. Wow. Oh gosh, the imagery. Look at him looking in his mirror, and the fact that this is reversed. If this is not more confirmation of this being a freaking twin flame reading that we're doing right now, here's some more. The Green Mother reversed. Oh gosh, I don't have my book. I really need to have these memorized better. I know what they, like I said, I know what they all mean in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, but when they're the like Green Mother, when they're things like that, I'm like, oh, like is that the Empress? That might be the Empress actually. Okay, that's reversed. 3 of Visions, 3 of Cups, 10 of Challenges. That's that Burdens upright. 5 of Challenges reversed. Challenges is Swords, by the way. There is still pain over the... There is still pain over the fact that this connection is not in full harmony. There is still pain around it, okay? This masculine really does want to come together with his counterpart, but is unclear of how to do so. What he needs to do is look in the mirror, continue to take pause, continue to meditate and surrender. I don't really get the impression, that's the other thing too with the masculine dynamic, is they're not as spiritual as the feminine, okay? So they're less likely to be the ones who are meditating. They're less likely the ones to understand and accept this connection. They're going to be the ones more to deny it and say, oh, it's hooey-fooey, you know, there's nothing special here, make all the sort of logical justifications that there are as to that they're not really feeling what they're feeling, okay? So, yeah, I mean, look at all this imagery of, like, this guy, like, running away, like, looking really sad, right? This guy with his head, like, here, sitting on the ground, looking down. This hanged man, upside down. I mean, there's just all of this. This guy, upside down, looking in the mirror. He's not upright, okay? And neither is his counterpart. So what we're kind of seeing here is that he wants there to be that collaboration. He wants there to be that 3 of Cups. He wants there to be that coming together, but he's still a little down about it. So I think there's just more work that needs to be done here, is what it's sounding like for these twins. Maybe the twins are a Virgo and a Capricorn. Maybe that's why they're connected in this reading. I'm really not sure, but yeah, they definitely piggybacked off each other. So I'll be curious to see if my other readings do that, if they'll tend to kind of do that, or if some of them will be like, okay, like that was totally different. Like, okay, you know, some may be more different. I'm kind of hoping that. I'm hoping I get a mixture of like ones that are related and ones that are like, nope, that's a totally different reading. Okay, so I did say I would do one oracle. Oh my gosh, we were at 35 minutes. I did say I would do one oracle. Give me a message that relates for this Virgo and this Capricorn, since they're together, right, in this reading. Give me a message that, one overarching message, however you say that, that is for both of these, that will really tie this all together nicely. Wrap it up in a pretty little bow. And there we go. All right, purification. Oh, goodness. Look at that, more balance energy, more of that sort of yin-yang looking vibe. Oh my gosh. Raise your vibrations by caring for your energy. What a perfect little bow to wrap this all up into. You will purify yourself. You will cleanse this connection. You will heal the elements of this that are not harmonious by going within, doing things that resonate with your soul. That's the hardest thing, right? Is what is the soul? The soul, it's as simple as, from my understanding, it's as simple as the observing force that consciousness resides within in each individual. So it's that non-judgmental, unconditionally loving observer. I mean, it's what it is. It's an observer. It's an observer without biases of the earth. It is beyond that. It is having an experience, a loving, open experience to better either understand itself, or just to come into better harmony with itself, or just to literally have fun and to just express itself. Like, I really do think that as heavy as this journey on earth can be, and as many lessons as we learn, it is supposed to be fun too. It's all about perception, right? It's all about how you go into a situation and decide to approach it, right? Are you gonna let yourself get frustrated in traffic over some slow driver, or are you going to be peaceful and be like, you know what? It's okay. It's gonna take 2 extra seconds. It's gonna take 10 extra seconds for me to pass around this car and keep my day moving, right? It's going to take me 5 extra seconds to kind of pass around somebody who's, you know, just in their own little world. Like, it does not need to affect you. And to just observe that part of yourself, observe the part of yourself that gets frustrated easily, observe the part of yourself that's not in alignment with true love and abundance and gratitude. Just being aware of it. Don't judge yourself for it. Everyone does it. I mean, it's part of the human experience. That's why God or the universe is unconditionally loving and creative and expansive, because it's like, that stuff is so trivial. Judgment is so trivial. There's such bigger, more important, beautiful things that are going on. And so just to appreciate and love exactly what you are and what you're doing, and sharing your gifts with others and experiencing life to its fullness, that's the purpose. That's the soul. That's what we're all trying to do here. And so the more you can connect with that part of yourself, whatever that is for yourself, is it music? Is it, you know, are you singing? Are you dancing? Are you writing? Are you storytelling? What is your gift? What do you do that is uniquely you, that gives you fire, gives you passion, you know, is something that other people are like, wow, like, that's what you do, you know, that's your skill set. It's different for everyone. We are all uniquely beautiful and have our own thumbprint on this world, and finding that is what your goal is. That's how you purify yourself. That's how you cleanse yourself. That's how you get through day to day. That's how you have God energy exude out of your pores to every being that you meet. That light shining through is by doing what you love and doing what speaks to your soul. And if you are on a twin flame journey and you are trying to manifest your counterpart, 1, I can tell you right now, by trying to manifest, it's not going to work. 2, the best way to do it is to go within, Focus on yourself, love yourself, do what you love, and just try not to think about them. Whatever they're doing or not doing is none of your business. It has nothing to do with your journey. If you guys are meant to be doing the same journey, he would have had that soul in one body, right? He, she, whatever, the creator, put it in two bodies, okay? Meant to experience life in their own body and their own experience with their own intellect and their own mind. And yes, it may be the same soul, but it's meant to experience, right? So you got to let him experience. You have to let him experience, okay? And you do too. You deserve experiences as well. Nothing can ruin your soul for you. Your soul is you. Your soul loves you. Your soul wants nothing more than to be with you and be in harmony with you and experience with you. So if you do that, so will it's your soul, right? So they're going to be drawn back to you because your soul is drawn to you. And when you're in energetic alignment with your soul, you can't help but attract your soul back to you. All right, I'm leaving it at 40. It's about to be 41 minutes. So thank you guys. Sorry it's a long one, but we had to do what we had to do, okay?